Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another live. Today, as always, well, I was gonna say tonight, but it is technically the morning. We're going through BTC trading. So I got a few lines drawn on the chart, currently looking for longs because we started off the day. We've traded in a heavy in a heavy discount all day. We've punched through our London lows. We made an attempt to come back up into the range, made it about halfway through before punching back down below the lows, creating what looks like a double bottom, so this relatively equal low. And from here, I do look for this low to be punched through before creating my fair value gap model taught through ICT in the 2022 mentorship. Also, I look very yellow, like sickly yellow. This, I don't know if it's maybe the color of the light. I don't know if that changed anything. Kind of. But yeah, I'm looking for a punch below these lows before the ICT model setting itself up, and then going long, targeting the London highs. So I do feel like there are a whole bunch of buy stops up here and this fair value gap to be balanced. So that's why I am looking for price to come up to those areas. But in regards to trading targets, take profits for today, I'm literally just targeting the London highs. Nothing higher, nothing less, just that level there. But first, I need to look for a long opportunity. So if I put a fib on the day's range, we are currently trading in a good discount. And we are trading at a good discount. So I am looking for price to stay in the discount when I do take my long. I've already got my sort of target. I understand where roughly I want to trade from, but now I need to wait for the setup. So this double bottom does look suspicious, so I do want to see the double bottom get punched out. I want to see a very strong displacement, breaking some sort of short-term high or swing high, and then coming down into a fair value gap within a within a discount in relation to this swing here. Say it's about there, and then I want a long something like that. So this is the kind of move which I'm thinking about taking today. Now why? Because I am short-term bearish on the dollar index. I have seen it trade pretty high today in a premium, so let me check on the day's range. Let's see on the 9th. So today we started off actually kind of bullish, made a slight push to the upside, taking out yesterday's last swing high, the past two swing highs. We made a low from there, taking out the daily low, and that was telling me, okay, engineered buy stops. So now price flipped around, and try and find London, and within London session, within the London session, price actually pulled through the daily lows and then reversed, making some very bullish movements. Currently, we're making our way up, which I do think will stop somewhere within this area. So this is BTC pulling down, and then when price decides to make its reversal from here down through to its lows, so I can see this double bottom formation, which is like relative equal lows. And as I said, I am looking for price to continue its way to the downside, so I am overall bearish for this, just in the short term anyways. That will lead to a bullish move in BTC. Hence why I have this set up the way I do here. So I am looking for BTC to come down and break these lows. I mean, honestly, like a nice swing low being formed below these lows, and then a swing low failure pattern would be nice. And then trading off that. But look, ICT doesn't actually trade this week, so I was considering that, like, do I trade if I guess the guy who I'm learning from is not trading? He did mention something about the daylight savings and that he's gonna take the week off, and I guess that's only, like, for me anyways, today and tomorrow trading. But I guess I may as well trade, experience what it's like to be in the markets during these times. Experience is the best teacher, I guess. So here I am in the markets, having a little play around. So I think a break below these lows is going to engineer buy stops, which then we're going to see price run through, then fair value gap. It's going to come in, tap that, and then bounce off. That's it. The exact plan I'm looking to trade today. The same plan as every other day. So I'm banking off the idea that we're trading in a pretty heavy discount, that we're gonna bounce back up, and using that correlation with the dollar index, it does look like a good trade. So now it's a matter of seeing it play out. Today does look like slightly better conditions to the other days, to be honest, because Monday started off really, everything was delayed. Sorry. So Monday, everything was delayed. Tuesday was yesterday, so we had that weird correlation with the dollar index, which worked against our favor. And now today, we have price, doing what price does. It looks a bit smoother. I like the way it's set up. It's a bit nicer. But now, yeah, it's just a matter of waiting. It is only 10 minutes into my trading session, so not much has yet to unfold. But yeah, we have a little bit of time on our hands, so it has only been 10 minutes. I am waiting for that punch below these lows. Strong displacement, pullback, long. Do I really care what's going on with this whole FTX Binance situation? I honestly say, like, not really. I've already moved my funds out of FTX and now I'm trading on DYDX. So I'm completely on chain now with my assets and my trading, which is a pretty cool feeling, I guess, being completely, like, on chain. I guess it's like, it just emphasizes the full, like, crypto nerd from within. Sorry, embraces, not emphasizes. I'm just trying to see where is price possibly pulling up to. I'm thinking it's in here. And here, sorry. Fair value gap. Oh, we're seeing the rejection from here. So dollar index, where are we going? I want to see price sort of break structure, shift structure, make its way to the downside. Oh, this hay fever is getting me bad. My eyes are so itchy. My eyes are so sore from just rubbing them so much today. Okay, so DYDX is still yet to show us any sign of reversal. Guess what I would look for is the last swing low to be taken out, but currently price is showing a nice upwards trend. But now we're starting to see a significant pullback compared to the last few. Which is continuing to shoot crypto prices up. Could that be the tap in? Is this the first sign of the reversal we see? I guess I will need to see price like lose weakness, lose strength around these areas, so it is a little bit more waiting, some confirmation. Because I think this swing low created this low, which is an intermediate term low. It created a higher swing low from there. And I think from here, we set the high, price punch below. This could be the start of the setup right here, actually. If we punch through these highs, look, we get this strong displacement. Pull back into a fair value gap formed within this area. And then I think we're good to go. We just need to see how strong this displacement is, though. Because this is the first area of the fair value gap. First fair value gap here, so for this to become valid, price will need to shoot to at least, oh, it did, okay, so it broke the last, like it shifted market structure, so this swing low, that fair value gap now becomes a valid fair value gap to trade out of, given the setup. And usually we put it below the candle with the fair value gap, so that would be this candle. But for the sake of safety, we're trading below the last swing low. And that still gives us a nice 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio trade. So I'm going to go ahead and plug these numbers in to get us prepared for the trade. But then there's like these suspect lows, to be honest. And I do feel like they may be punched because they are just also fairly equal. The sell stops here have not been taken. Sell stops here have not been. And now we got some sell stops being created here which have not been. So the heavy push down here that we're starting to see on the dollar index is what is pushing price up here on BTC. Just having a look into the discount. So here is the last two downwards closing candles, which created the upswing move, which shifted market structure, opening up a fair value gap. So with this being considered the bullish order block, I am moving my entry to just below there. Let's see, this low got punched, so I guess that was enough liquidity, which means here is fine. If we got the strong displacement from the punch below here, meaning this is where the liquidity was the whole time. Or maybe this was the liquidity that we were looking for to make this boost, pull back, and bounce from there. That does make sense. Starting to see the swing high being formed. Now it's literally just a pullback. BTC USD. See how I changed this to the DYDX, so the numbers should be the same. So 17,325. So let's trade BTC market buy. Let's do 0.1. $17,325. Then the take profit will be 18,338. Okay, so now as we see price come down, these numbers will change. So we just have to make sure the stop loss stays at roughly $13. So that will be 1% of the account. Alright, here, strong. This is nice. Get to see price about to make its way to the downside. And my entry would be 17,472. 17,472. Roughly there. Okay, so I've just finished sort of setting up the trade. On the 1 minute, here's the order block. Okay, I like the way this is set up. It looks like by the time it reaches down there, it's not going to be enough leverage, so we'll head back here. Chuck the slider on. Maybe 0.125. Alright, I was just waiting for this. Are we going to see price pull back and then launch? This kind of setup doesn't get any easier, like taking longs into price when it's dropping really fast, or taking shorts into price that's rallying. It's still nerve-wracking, but it's a nice feeling, because when it does play out well, yeah, it feels good. Okay, so here it looks like we may be setting up the short-term rally in BTC. So this rally is the pullback. I'm looking for price to pull into the fair value gap here. to this fair value gap here will be very nice. And then a melt from there. Come on. I do think once we get the tap into this fair value gap, and if that lines up with BTC being within this order block, then that's a good entry for me. I think we're just seeing the dollar index set in this fake swing high that we're gonna see get swung through and broken anyways. It's probably pushing BTC up still, because I think it's going to create up here a fake swing high, and then it'll come down, tap into that, and then smash through that. I think this is literally just setting up or engineering liquidity to the downside for us to come through and take. Keen to see some sort of equal high or something. A very relative equal high be formed. Price pushing down, tapping that, and then taking off. Sweet. Once this is gapped up a little bit, let's see that come into the fair value gap, which should push price to the downside. Giving us the push we want yet. Yeah, the swing high is just forming now. To remember, I'm also keeping an eye on the stop loss P&L here to make sure that we are at $13 when we see price come down to our entry. Okay, there's a swing high being made. Let's see price push its way down. This is the dollar index. Yep, dollar index is making its way up. Want to see the push into that fair value gap. Because price was making nice legs here, but it started breaking down here, so I do believe this is the pullback here, the retracement back into the discount market, because ultimately I do want to see these lows swept. Don't really want to see this here. It's already broken. Now I want to see price take a fall from here. Sweet, got some bullish movement coming into the fair value gap, which is pushing BTC down. Okay, so we've had confluence number 1 be ticked off on this side. The dollar index has touched the fair value gap, which means we may be seeing BTC jump from here. So if I was to change my entry and say put my stop loss below the last low, assuming this is where we fly from, so that's 17,553. So we do need a double our leverage here slightly. Add triggers. Come on, just a little bit more. 1.55. Okay, so price is trading back down. Is that enough? 12. It's on the 1 minute. Okay, I'm taking that trade here. So assuming that's reacted well to that. Double check 13. Place market order. Boom, and we're in. So from there. So I hope you guys saw what I did there with a confluence trading off of this fair value gap and the reaction we saw off that. And then going long from there. So the reason why I didn't wait for here is because I traded off of the dollar index making its strong rejection from that fair value gap. It's on the 1 minute time frame, so now I do want to see some sort of strong displacement to the downside from here. Because if we don't, then most likely we're going to come up and break these highs, and this would invalidate my trade. But let's see. From this logic on BTC, this swing low was taken out by this swing low, which was where price pulled into the fair value gap on the dollar index, which should melt prices on the index, which should then in turn give us some upside movement on BTC. So that was the basis to this trade. The only thing I can say that kind of went wrong that I can see straight away is that price did not trade into the premium discount market, or maybe I just didn't get that right entry. Look, so this is where I did want to enter, but as you saw me playing around with the entry and stuff, unfortunately we didn't catch it, but that's okay. I think we tried, we got as close as we could. So here's the 1 minute time frame at the moment. Here's currently where we are in the trade. Prices within the wicks. So I like this. As long as the dollar index continues pushing price to the downside here, we should see price on BTC make its way up as we're currently seeing here. So this is a good sign. This is what I like to see. This is healthy right now. I like this tap and this rejection. So hopefully price just continues melting its way down from here. And hopefully we don't see what we saw last night, which was that break in correlation between BTC and the dollar index, because that would then send us down. But seeing as we are having this strong move to the downside at the moment, I like what that's doing for BTC. As you can see how the trade is unfolding at the moment. So yeah, I didn't like what I saw yesterday with how price reacted to the dollar index moving. So hopefully we don't see the same thing again today. It's like all the moves that are moving in our direction, BTC is not correlating with, but then the moves that are moving against us, BTC is correlating strongly with. It's not what I like to see, but hey, it's the market, so can't tell it what to do. It is gonna do what it wants to do. Now here's the PNL. Nice, dollar index is continuing to make its move to the downside. And I hope this move is, I hope BTC is strongly correlated with this move that we're seeing right now. Just move to the upside. Sweet, so we're about 1% up. We can take profit here if we want and secure yesterday's loss. But that's not what we're doing. We're here to catch the move I sounded really like unenthusiastic. We're here to catch the move. We're here to, we've set out our plan and we've entered. I think we've got enough risk. I think we've used an appropriate stop loss, an appropriate trading method. I think the target is appropriate, but we'll see where we go. Now, the target I set is a London highs. So this is betting on price continuing to the downside, just melting through to come down to London lows. But let's see how price reacts to these swing lows here. Would like to see price melt straight through, to be honest. And hopefully breaking back into the London range here. Actually, the London range was here. So that's all it looks like we're doing. I want to see BTC push through these highs as price pushes through these lows. Not quite at 2% yet. Well, $6 away. Our price looks to be like reacting slow a little bit here. Okay, looks like we're making an attempt to break through these highs at the moment. Price is pushing through now. Alright, we're up over 2% for the night or for the day. Seeing price starting to pull back. But as the dollar index is continuing to melt down, that's good. So I like to see, because that in turn will push BTC up. But I don't like this. I mean, look, it's setting up this nice area to push through. I'm not really too concerned by this double top being formed, because as price continues to push through, we will see a push through those levels. It's just a considerable pullback for what we've seen on here. We haven't seen that much of a pullback on the dollar index. I don't know why we saw that much of a pullback on BTC. I hope that was a bit of an overextension, like a bit of a deep pullback. And hopefully price continues to follow along with the dollar index and make its move to the upside. I think once we do break through this double top, I would like to take my profits and call it a trading night there. I hope that wasn't too late of a decision to make. So I can't move my take profits or anything. Say like roughly 1 to 3. What are you seeing in the dollar index? Well, we've seen the big push. I may as well, like, look, we pulled into the fair value gap here. I'm just trying to consider, it's like, do I take the profits here? We've seen a huge drop. If price starts pulling up, that's probably going to send BTC back down. I should trust the trade. This is like the psychology coming in. I mean, I'm going to say hold, only because I do have my targets set down here. This is only like the first third of the move, or like close to the first half. We'll see pullbacks, but then I'm keen to see another leg to the downside. I appreciate how BTC is not just melting through my stops right now with this slight pullback. I don't know where it could possibly pull back to. I just hope that this pullback does not invalidate the entire move to the downside on BTC. So I like how price is trading into this fair value gap here. I want to see the rejection, and ultimately I want to see this double top smashed. Okay, so there's the fair value gap balance now. Now would like to see some good bullish movements. If we see the melt from here on the dollar index. I just have to sit here and trust the analysis and allow price to play out the way it wants to play out. But ultimately, I am looking for these highs up here first off. First and foremost, here we go. Dollar index is beginning its leg to the downside. So BTC theoretically should be making its move to the upside now. Just enjoy watching it melt. Get that fall. I pretty much called the top here. That was pretty nice. Price is still melting down. That's sending price on BTC up. Oh, but I don't like this pullback. Where is this pullback coming from? It's weird how BTC is like being real choppy with price action over the past few days. Look how clean this move to the downside is. Look how choppy BTC is playing around here. Come on, redeem yourself. Show us your strength. Show us this inverse correlation to the dollar index. I would have been much better off if I was just trading the dollar index, to be honest. Come on. You're setting these buy stops. I want to see these just get thrashed. We've came and taken out this low now. Where are we sitting with price? Not too great, like just above 1%. Price is continuing to melt. That's a good sign. It's just weird that the BTC is not really doing too much with this information. This kind of move should be sending price up, so not really too sure. Don't really like what's been happening the past few days. Like, it's trying to push up. But, like, in relation to how dollar index is moving, it's pretty weak. Because it seems to be correlating higher with the moves that go against me than the moves that are going with me. price action is just, yeah, very choppy. It's not very clean. As I say that, we are forming a bullish candle, which may make me take my words back if we do see it break through these relative equal highs. Otherwise, if not, I mean, look, price is pulling back quite aggressively, but the fact that BTC is not trading in high correlation, that's kind of helping us out in this case. It is kind of weird. Look, its price is pulling up. I think because of the price action we're seeing, I will move my profit to the last highs and just going to end it there. I'll just take the low hanging fruit, provided it's given to us, and then that's it. We'll just end the trade there. This price action is not very nice. Are we going to see a leg down? Here we go. Are we just about to see some crazy like expansion to the upside on BTC? This correlation's so weird. I mean, look at that. I would have, if I traded off this, off the dollar index, that would have been way crazier than trading BTC. Look at the move this provided. Right, I'm just going to quickly set an alert. So I'm going to get some water. Okay, so I'll set the alert there. Alright, price is coming towards profit taking level. Come on, are you going to push through that double top, or are you just going to tease and form a triple top? I do think it's going to tease, form a triple top, and then smash right through. No way this holds. I'd be very surprised if this actually holds and forms a reversal to take me out. Like, I would be pretty pissed. Come on. We're so close from profit. You keep pulling up. Okay, swing high, possibly. Okay, come on. We need that one launch. It's weird because we're like sitting in profits, but like at the same time it's easy. Like price could come stop us out, or we could have that rally which will smash through this triple top, take us into good, I'd say, a 4 to 5% profit. But it's just a matter of sticking through and weathering these movements here, and this horrible correlation we're seeing between BTC and the dollar index. Come on, we're so close to profit. Because I guess the earlier this gets done, the earlier I get to sleep as well. Having the pullback. Looks like the dollar index is sort of confused at the moment. Come on, just find your bearish mood and make your way down, please. There we go. I'm just keeping an eye on Bitcoin's price as well. So we're making the leg up. With this leg down. Hopefully this is the last push that we need to go through before we see price come up and into our profit area. Essentially, I'm just looking for 17,800 here, because that will be roughly in this area up here, 17,800. While seeing price pull through here. So as long as we stay above the 17,700s, then it's a pretty good sign. Come on, let's see that melt to the downside. It's trying really hard. I just hope when we do see that push, it's a very strong crack to the upside. I mean, honestly, like, let's see. We are sitting at roughly 1%. Could take it and break even with yesterday. Just call that a trading week, but this is probably the best sort of like setup we are having so far for the week. And I do see that potential to make a good 4% tonight. So we are going to weather this horrible trading conditions, see what the market provides us, seeing this little pullback, giving price liquidity to push back through. As which we may be seeing right now. So we're keeping an eye up here. Price is really trying to make that push to the upside, but it is struggling. Come on, with this push here, is this what's going to do it? Crack past this swing low. See, 17,700 17,730. Looking for price now to push through that 17,750 area. Slowly just making more like attempts to the downside on the dollar index, and rally, like just trying to push through and rally on the on BTC. But now we'll see price starting to consolidate around here, but we are still getting very close to take profit. So it is like at the moment it could just be a matter of seconds till we see price just like fly through. But I guess we will see. With dollar index still, somewhat consolidating here. BTC still in the low 17,700s. Alright, we're starting to see this pullback here, sending price on BTC slightly lower. Are we going to pull up to this sort of like fair value gap? Like balance this before melting down? Guess we'll see. But like I said, the was so close to profit is ridiculous, and we're just forming more and more swing highs just below, which is engineering those buy stops. So when we do crack through it, I do think it's going to be a very strong push through. And now we're waiting for the dollar index to sort of set that move off with a push to the downside. Oh, hay fever, thank you. Yeah, 17,700 still holding somewhat. Okay, looks like we are starting the potential move to the downside on the dollar index. As we need significant move. Still looks like it's consolidating a little bit. Doesn't look like it has enough strength to push down so quickly. In here on the on BTC, price is still, we're just consolidating at the moment. I don't want to be repeating myself the whole time, but at the same time I don't want to just sit here and say nothing. But this push to the downside, or this strength in the dollar, or this weakness in the dollar, is what I want to see us. That's what I want to see catapult BTC into our target. So first I want to see price trade back into the 17,700s. We aren't quite there just yet. We are in the mid 1600s. 17,600, sorry. I'm gonna move this just to balance the fair value gap. I think that makes it fair. Okay, it looks like we're pulling up into the fair value gap now. Sending price lower here. Okay, now where are we going to see that reversal? Because we kind of need that to save our ass on our long position on BTC. Okay. Boom, fair value gap has now been balanced. Hopefully this is forming the intermediate swing high. On the intermediate term high, which should mean price should not break back above here. BTC, we're sticking above 17,600. Well, that's where we want to see price stick above at the moment, as we see price at least attempt some sort of reversal to the downside on the dollar index. We've just pushed through this last high into the fair value gap just above. It's good BTC sort of holding its ground against this heavy reversal, which I'm grateful for. And are we going to be rewarded for our patience now? This is quite a strong pullback over here. But I'm keen to see an even stronger impulse form from this movement. I do want to see London highs taken on BTC. But again, like I said, I am just aiming for the low-hanging fruit. So these highs up here. Hopefully we stay within the London range at this point. Is this the swing low? Or sorry, the swing high, which is going to end our trade in a good way. BTC is starting to look like it wants to rally. I won't think much of it until I see price pull back into 17,700s at least. We're only halfway there from the 17,600 point. Because what's important to me is 17,800s. That's where I want to be taking profits. What is it? What is going on here? How messy this is. But look how clean this was. There we go. Come on, this is literally just the matter of one impulse move to the upside. Come on, keep this as a swing high. Look at that, we even went back into drawdown at this point. So we kind of don't need... oh yeah, that's right, because we went in like here. Something like that. It's crazy, this price movement we're seeing. Well, that's just not nice. Come on, we gotta see price push back into the 600s. Okay, never mind, that was 1% stopped out. Now, that's unfortunate because of how close we were to profits up here. But like I said, price is moving a bit weird, and as we have seen, I'm just tracing back and forth to track the correlation between BTC and the dollar index. and the correlation is very patchy. It's not working that well, but look, that's something to take into consideration when moving forward with my trading this week. But with that being said, ICT did say that this week isn't a week which he does want to be trading. So look, that's completely fair. I kind of see why, but I just wanted to get into the market and see it for myself. So that's the second L for the week at -2%, which again, like, that doesn't really concern me given how I've been trading over the past few weeks. So we're just going to leave this here, the profit loss thing, and see if price does end up coming back to reverse. I'm going to leave my take profit up here with the London highs because that was the original idea. Because I'm just curious, am I just being stopped out and price coming back to reverse? If that's the case, either my entry is wrong or my area of invalidation is wrong. But look, to be fair, remember what I said, like price pulling back into this area. This was just an early setup. That was the fair value gap which we saw. Yeah, I don't know, the correlation is very strange. Maybe I shouldn't be trading like correlation between BTC and BTC and the dollar index, because this high would have been an appropriate one to take. Silly that I didn't. Been a nice 2.3 ratio there. But yeah, look, like I said, every loss shows me something I could have done better. This is one of them here. I should have kept the idea of taking the low-hanging fruit more in the forefront of my head, because then that would have led to a taking of my profits just up here, and that would have been it. Like, I wouldn't have had to have weathered all of that. It literally would have just been this, and that's it. But that's okay. The market's going to do what the market does. Curious to see how price plays out for the rest of the day tomorrow. I'm going to cancel my take profit order here. If we head over to the dashboard on my portfolio, it should say that we're down about 2% for the week. I don't know why it says we're up. How much did I earn on funding? It's 20 something cents. But yeah, unfortunate. That could have been a pretty good trade, but look, that's alright. My trades are getting better and better. We do have a few hiccups here and there. In this case, I want to go back and see why I didn't take my profit here. I think it's because I was too fixated on the idea of price rallying through here, but that's okay. At least we know. So I'm going to end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you in tomorrow.